welcome to Let's Talk with Victory. I'm Leisha Lee, here with my co-host, Amira Blackwell, and the lovely ladies of Let's Talk. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm excited for today's show. Today we're going to talk about the pressure to have it all. So my first opening question to you all, let's break the ice a little bit. You know, as women, we hear this message everywhere. You can have it all, right? Y'all, everybody heard that? We can have it all. You can have the career, the family, the peace, the success. But in reality, in real life, it often feels like something's always missing or something's always falling apart. So as women of faith, you know, we're also trying to figure it out. What does God actually expect from us is what we think about sometimes. Well, I know I think about it often. And in everyday life, going through certain situations, like, okay, God, what you want from me today? What am I supposed to do, or what am I supposed to get out of this right now? What are you looking for me to put out to other people through this situation? So my first question I have now is, growing up, what did having it all look like to you? And do you still believe in that version today?
I'll say for me, growing up, it was a car, a home, the white picket fence, a pet, a child, a career, you being married at a certain age, you know, and you just having a good foundation that people could look at. But of course, sometimes that's unrealistic.
Okay.
And just to piggyback off of her, I was more so like that as well. Growing up, I was more materialistic growing up, but now having it all means to me like being in my right mind, having great health, being unified in my family, my goals and my perspective on having it all just kind of shifted from being more materialistic to just more so just wanting to be like prosperity, like to prosper.
Okay.
I would say for me, growing up, having it all meant the same thing, home, a vehicle, a family, although I never wanted to have kids when I was younger. I didn't want to have kids, and I didn't want to get married. So to me, it was a car, a home, and just enjoy life. But now that we here, it's not all that it's cracked up to be when we're younger, what we're thinking. Being in your right mind, having peace is so valuable.
So is it safe to say that we all had a reality check?
Oh, absolutely.
That part.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, with that reality check, do you feel like do you feel fulfilled, or do you just feel busy?
I feel busy.
Okay.
For me, it's tricky because I'm in that season where I'm still learning about me. I guess that's everybody's season. I'm still learning about me as God reveals things daily. And every day I'm like, okay, am I doing it? What am I supposed to be doing? But I'm finding that as I live life and people watch me and how I deal with stuff, that's how it's my normal for me, is how I show people how Christians act when they go through what they go through.
Okay.
So for me, I feel like I'm busy, but then also part of me is fulfilled. And I guess that goes along with, because as I mature or my goals may change, I feel like some stuff that I do is just busy work just to keep me busy. That's really not necessary. But then in some areas, I feel accomplished because I have already reached that goal. So I feel fulfilled. So I feel a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think I feel both as well. I am very, very busy on a weekly basis, but the things that I'm busy doing are fulfilling to me. Like, these are things that, because at one point it felt as though I was doing a lot, but none of these things that I was doing was like purpose filled, or like I'm literally just, I don't know. I don't want to say wasting energy, because those things were like, they were good things. They were things that were good for me, but none of them were pushing me towards where I was supposed to be. And so now I feel like I'm actively taking the steps to be busy, but be busy doing the things that will fulfill my purpose.
That makes sense. That's good. Now, what part of your life do you feel is most together? Is there a part of your life that you feel is most together, or do you feel like sometimes things are constantly slipping away? I'm gonna throw it over here to you.
Togetherness. Okay, so the part of my life that's together, I would say, is my faith.
Okay.
Because at this age that I am now, I'm more mature, I'm more aware of what God intends for me to do in terms of my purpose. So I'm doing things. The busyness, like Mira said, the busyness that I have right now is within doing things according to my faith. You know, being involved with activities according to my faith.
What part is most together? What part of your life is most together, or is there a part that you feel like is constantly? So I know you say your faith. You feel like the faith part is more together. What part is there a part that you feel like is slipping? And this for anybody to answer. Do you feel like something is constantly slipping? Like you almost get to this goal, and then it's like you get thrown off track, or something happens where you have to take a step back, regroup, and then go for it again.
Absolutely. So for me, that would be career. Because I, for the long 25 plus years, I was an educator. And then not any longer an educator, then it's like, okay, God, what's my purpose now? Because you told me I was supposed to teach. So where am I supposed to go now? So I'm basically rebranding myself, putting myself back out into the industry, and not necessarily losing the aspect of being a teacher, but being a teacher in another environment, being a teacher in another arena.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Ms. Dawn?
I can relate to you because I also was an educator for several years, various ages. But for me, I would say ministry, because when I stopped being a teacher and had some things that I went through, I didn't know my next step and what was going to go on. And I'm sitting up there asking God, like, what I'm going to do? And all I heard him say was ministry. So I say ministry, I have that together because I'm very dedicated. I don't put one ministry over the other. And like I stated before, I'm in several ministries, so I'm very busy with that. And I think ministry, it doesn't define me, but it's fulfilling and rewarding to me because all of the things that God has done for me, of course, I'm never going to be able to pay him back. But with that, I love being a part of the kingdom and helping.
Okay. Oh, Dignus Lavelle, I have another question for you. When do you feel the most pressure to keep everything balanced?
When? All the time. Next question. So even thinking about the prior question, like, having it all together, I thank God for grace because it looks like some things are together or it may seem like that superficially to other people. But I know very much all aspects of my life are in the potter's hand. Some things, you have a routine, so work may seem set, but family is another thing, finance another thing, health another thing. And I'm kind of okay with it not being all together because that means he's got to stay close. And I have to keep prioritizing him, right? If he's first, then I can hear my instruction and know what to do. I think some things take more priority. So I think of life like a stovetop. It's some things you can put on the back burner, turn the fire down low and let them simmer. But some things that are on the front, you got to keep turning, mixing, watching. And to me, some stuff you got to take off the burner, you got to rotate. Right. So it's never, in this walk, it just feels like, it's ongoing. The development is ongoing. There's no, I don't call it balance, I call it harmony. Each piece has to play, at its own inflection, its own pitch, its own timing. So there's no easy answer. I don't feel like there's any time to have it all together.
Okay. You want to say something, Dawn?
I was going to say for me, it's striving to be a better grandparent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for MT. Is it MT or MIT? MT?
Missionary is training. I will train and keep on training because that's where I don't have it all together. Okay.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you were doing all the right things in life but still didn't have that peace? Like a certain peace you were looking for? doing all the right
I
things
don't
in
know
life?
that I ever felt like I was doing all the right
Okay.
things, right? But because I think every season there's an area of my life that is the area that, like Lavelle says, needs to go on that front burner, and we need to work on it. I think that you have to have wisdom, and that's why we need God wisdom to know what you should be working on at the time that you should be working on it, because sometimes we're working on things and God's like, no, I got that, but you need to be focused on your character, or you need to be focused on more love, or you need to. So I think that, so to answer your question, I think that yes, I can probably think that I'm going in the right path, but something just doesn't feel right, and then I know I need to continue to reevaluate my life and decide what I need to be working on so I can get that peace that I'm searching for.
Okay. Kim, I have a question for you. Have you ever looked at your life and asked the question, why doesn't this feel like what I thought it would?
Quite a few times, and I think that was primarily because of I want things my way, but God was trying to tell me that no, this is not where I want you to be. Mm-hmm. So times that I found myself feeling that way, it was because of my own doing and my own wants, and it was like out of purpose. So.
Okay. Well, let's jump into our next segment. The next segment we're going to talk about is the hidden pressure. Hidden pressure. I said the hidden pressure. The hidden pressure. So let's ask this, Deaconess Nitras, where do you think most of your pressure comes from? Outside expectations or your own expectations?
Oh, definitely my own. I've always been, since a little girl, a person that helps others. Mm-hmm. So I'm in this season now where I'm forced to allow people to help me, and that's hard. That's so hard when you're a caregiver, allowing people to see you vulnerable and allowing them to help you. I'm not used to it, so it's showing me a lot about me. Mm-hmm. I thought it was just God made me one of his stronger people, but he's showing me that no, I'm weak, I'm vulnerable, and so for me, it's showing me I need to do better.
Okay. Amira, you're next in line. So your question is, do you ever struggle with feeling like you're not doing enough, even when you're doing a lot?
Yes. Yeah. And it's so unfortunate because I do a lot. Like literally, like I said before, I do a lot on a day-to-day basis, and I still go home and sometimes and be like, and I know that just be the enemy in my ear, because I'm like, I'm tired, like I'm exhausted. Mm-hmm. I've done so much, and so how can I feel like I'm not doing enough? But what I realize is that I am the expectations that I'm holding, what enough is, are mine. And sometimes, like we said, we put unrealistic expectations on ourselves, and it's like, well, yes, I'm trying to like I'm trying to be okay with myself and be like, you know, in a content or happy place with myself, but sometimes myself is just like you just doing too much. And so I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it really is a reality check, because you like obviously the expectations that we are looking to impress or we looking to reach are not ones that we're being held up to by God. And so like he like, okay, like me, I'm a perfectionist, and so everything has to be perfect. If the slightest thing is off, and that's when I found out that I have a problem letting go. I have a problem not being in control. I have a problem. And the crazy thing is that I like to serve people. I love to help people, but I got a problem being in control. So I just Yeah.
A work in progress.
A work in progress. God is working on me. He's working on me.
Now, I know there have been plenty of times where I found myself trying to hold everything together instead of like slowing down, like, wait a minute, let me not try to do everything at once all on my own. Has anybody else felt that way?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we all have. Miss Dawn said yes. Well, let me ask this question, and this is for anybody. It's an open question for everybody. What helps you stay grounded when life starts to feel overwhelming?
That's simple, God.
How so, though? Because some people will be like, you can say God, but when you're in a situation and you feel like that, what is it that keeps you, that really say, that you say, okay, let me stop, let me pause, and how can I not feel overwhelmed? What can I do to release that feeling?
First, with me, I always, when I go through different things and overwhelming things, I pause, meditate, and I just stop and say, wait a minute, you here. You know, you done had different things, and you're not supposed to be here, so I have to be grateful for that. And then God is my peace. I never had peace years ago, so to just have that is just really rewarding. So, I mean, with that peace, I'm able to navigate different things because, like I said, the meditation and also with Him being my peace, it gets me through things.
Okay.
So I was going to say for me it's self-reflection. So a lot of times when I'm feeling overwhelmed, sometimes, yes, we say God, but sometimes, you know, we are overwhelmed, our emotions are on high. So a lot of times what I have to do to kind of bring myself back down is kind of like self-reflect and think about times where I was in a situation before, like what did I do to get out of that situation? A lot of times it's like changing my mind, my perceptions, just even reevaluating like people and places and certain things. So I do a lot of self-reflection. I kind of like bring myself back down. And yes, in self-reflection, I'm also always open to including God, but sometimes our emotions be so high we don't always just say, you know, God, what do you want me to do? Even though we should be that way, but just in reality, we're not that way sometimes. Some people are not always like that. So for me, it's self-reflection.
Yeah, I was going to say some.
For me, when you get to a point of life when you're tired of going back, I don't know if you saw this movie where the person kept going through life, and then every time something would mess up, he would be taken back in time to where he first started again, and he kept having to go back until he figured out, oh, this is what I need to do to fix the process. Well, in life, you know, I felt as though a part of my life, that's how it was. And so now I'm slow to speak. When those areas of pressure come, I'm quiet, I write, I listen to quiet music, and then I'm thinking, okay, just because that person feels a certain way or just because that person is acting a certain way, you don't have to respond to them the way that they are responding to you. So I don't respond. I separate myself from that space, and then I reflect and I write, and then I might come back and revisit.
Okay.
I would say in this time of life, I appreciate, you know, being overwhelmed and being able to, you know, isolate. And for me, what I'm learning is overwhelm and pulling back and retreating is not the answer, because you don't really, for me, like you need some counsel. You need some recreation.
Okay.
Because it's easy to get so focused on what the problem is or what isn't working well or what's overwhelming you that you can't really, like you get paralyzed. You know, by the issue. So I think what I'm learning now is godly relationships really help.
Yes.
It's good to have good friends who are also in Christ to fellowship with, somebody who I can laugh and joke with in a safe way, and then also for encouragement. I have a friend now who is sending me encouraging words daily. Like, I need that. And then we'll joke and send me a song too. I need that balance, because otherwise I'll retreat and, you know, overprocess, overthink by myself, or try to put my hand to figure out everything else to do. I pose the problem, and she said, oh, this person can help, this person can help. Oh, well, let these people help me, instead of staying paralyzed and not making any progress on the thing. Like, actually being open to have someone share some of that overwhelm or help you process it has been a help to me.
Okay. Now I have a question. In being open and having an honest moment, do you ever feel guilty for resting?
Yes.
Resting.
Yes.
Yes, and I get it from my mother. I know I do. I know I do. I get it from my mother. And because in resting, and people tell me all the time, you need to chill out, you need to sit down, you're doing too much, and it starts to take a physical toll on my body, not even mentally, because mentally I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can be this, that, and the third. I'm like, me and my mother was talking about The Incredibles children's movie, and we were talking about how every character represents like who they are in the household. So Elastigirl, she stretches, she's doing everything at one time. And so that can be me sometimes, doing everything at one time. And so when I don't have anything to do, I'm like, oh, I got to get up and do something. And my body is like, no, like, this is okay. We can rest, we can chill out. This is fine. But I don't know. I don't know what it is.
God's word literally tells us to enter into his rest. And I feel like it is a trick when we feel like we cannot have rest. If our minds are so, overstimulated that we don't rest well at night, we don't eat well, we don't take care of our health, our wellness, I think that's deceptive, highly deceptive, that we can't rest. You have to rest in order to operate well. You have to rest well in order to have a good relationship with Christ. Like, I can't pray tired. I can't walk with him tired. I'll mishear. I'll think I'm hearing and think I'm hearing the voice of the Holy Spirit. No, that's your thoughts.
Yeah.
But if I'm rested, if I'm well fed, if I, and stress and burnout is real. High blood pressure is real. These things will affect your body, your health long term, your mental health as well.
So in aligning with what matters, with getting your health in check, letting go of some things, getting that rest, having that fellowship. And when you look back over life, like we started out the show, and I asked the question about having it all. Now, what is your perception, or what is your definition of having it all? After looking back over everything, like everything we talked about so far, has your definition of having it all changed?
Yes. First, I would start off saying I don't think everyone or no one has it all anyway.
Okay.
So, and I've never been one to look at having all anyway, because you have to have some type of balance. So that's why now society and especially Hollywood, we look at those people. They have a lot of things, but what is the suicide rate? What is the drug addiction rate? You know what I mean? So they don't have some of the things. They might have the money, this or that, but they don't have happiness. So I'd rather have happiness. And
I think that because that saying when people say, what do you get a person that has it all? And I feel like there is a reason that we don't have it all, is because if we do have it all, then there is no need for God, because he is supposed to provide everything that we need. So if I already got everything that I need, what I need him for. So I think that having it all just means that, like, I can't even really put words on it, but just like having it all is simply meaning that I am able to like let go and let God step in. Having it all means that I am putting my trust in him and letting him provide whatever he feels that I need in that moment.
Okay. So let me ask this. What's something that you were chasing before that you've stopped chasing that has brought you more peace?
The money, baby.
money. That was it, yeah.
Chasing the money.
Relationships.
I'm going to work 15 jobs. I'm still going to do everything that I need to do. But now that's not so important to me. Yes, money is important, but regardless of how much money I have, it's really what I do with the money. So even when you're making a whole lot of money, do you still have it? Because what are you doing with it? There are plenty of people out here making a whole lot of money, and other people that are on fixed incomes and have more, do more, go more places. But a lot of us are still running after that job, trying to get that position, trying to get, that for me is, yes, I'm still trying to achieve things, yes, in my career, in my business, but it's not like the absolute first thing. Like in the beginning, I was like, this is what I have to be and have to do.
I can attest to that too. My previous life, before I was saved, You know, no, before I have to be transparent. I'm honest. Before I was saved, you know what I mean. We were in the world, me and my husband. I mean, and we had a lot of things. We had money daily. We had several cars, and today we don't have all of those things. It's like God, like the saying says, God giveth and He'll take away. So we've had experienced a lot of things, but like you said, what are you doing with the money? And when you're in that life, we wasn't thinking ahead of time. We should really be living, you know what I mean? I mean, in a mansion and this or that or whatever. But we have less now, but we're happier. We had more, and we were unhappy. So I'm really thankful for that.
I think of the value that we attach to those things. Like you said, Mira said, people, MT Sheree said, money. I think like those things signal validation. Either internal for things, you know, that these standards or values we thought we had, or by what, you know, the standard, oh, you should be here by now, or you should have this by now. And canceling that need to be validated or to fall into some kind of checklist or to have, quote unquote, made it will definitely free you. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So if my soul, you know, is not, you know, or God being pleased with me, even on, you know, on my job, like I'm supposed to be there to glorify Him. Like if that's not where I get my fulfillment or my validation, then
I'm fulfilled by being in my right mind. Being a mental health therapist, I've talked to so many different people. Victorious Mindset, LLC. And with me being a mental health therapist, I talk to so many different people, and it's a reality check for me because some people are trying to take their life because they lost money in the stock market or different things, and it's just a reminder for me, like, God, thank you. I should be so more grateful than I am, but it's from hearing different people's experiences that it humbles me more. So mental health is most important for me.
All right. Now, I have something for you all. And this, I feel like this is going to really, I don't want you to take too long, but I feel like it's to finish the sentence. Once you finish the sentence, then I feel like you'll think about what you're saying and it'll resonate with you. So finish this. I feel most at peace when, Kim?
I feel most at peace when I keep God first and I walk into my purpose.
Val.
I try not to be deep.
No, just be, if I don't think it's a such thing as being deep when it's
I feel
you.
most peace when I'm on a beach. And to me that's a form of worship. Like I'm in God's creation. I'm in an environment where I don't have to do my day to day. So I don't have to be in control. I don't have to I don't have to be the manager of, daughter of, anything of. I can just relax and appreciate the atmosphere and environment. So I would say a beach or worship or something like that.
Mira?
I feel most at peace when I'm by myself. When it's just me and God and I don't have to live up to the expectations of anybody and I can just be who I am, that is when I'm most at peace, especially because I am a person who likes to please people. When I'm by myself and I ain't got to please nobody but God.
All right. Yep. Ms. Dawn?
I feel most at peace when I fulfill my duty as a Christian with giving God the glory.
All right. Ms. Nietzsche?
I'm most at peace when I'm coloring and not making decisions.
MT Sheree.
I can color too.
Coloring is good.
We should have a coloring party. Okay, so I feel most at peace when my family is all taken care of. Like my immediates, like my mom, my kids, my husband, like on the people that I hold dear to me, because when they're not, my mind can't, like, yes, I want to go to the beach, I want to do all those things, but even if I'm there and they're not okay, then I can't get that peace.
I feel most at peace when I can see that my family is content and safe, but I also feel most at peace when I'm able to flow in my purpose and my creativity.
All right. So maybe having it all isn't about carrying more, but more about knowing what to release. So I want to leave you all with this scripture, Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. We want to thank Pastor Tony Smith and Victoria's Ministries for allowing us to be a part of the vision. Until next time, bye-bye.